All right. So let's go back over here and just save this, save the changes that we've made. Now we were looking at the mobile menu before it closed on me. So I'm just going to double click on that and see it was really far down. So I just pulled it up like that.
Oh, okay.
And then also if you open this up, it will show you the spacing, which you can go to with spacing. We'll oops, we'll adjust those. Maybe my note here.
Yeah, I couldn't figure out how to adjust it to get it
Yeah,
clear.
selected. Maybe it's under selected. Yeah, it's not really giving us a ton of options for that spacing. Text offset. It's just a horizontal offset, which we don't really care too much about. Maybe if I pull it up more, I'm going to adjust the size of this to maybe 15 so we can really see. Let's just take a look at that. Yeah, it's still, but at least it's tighter like this.
Yeah.
So it's not ideal. It doesn't seem to let me have that control over that, but it's not terrible. Okay, let's go. So I think what I'll do is I'm gonna just clean up like the things that we change on desktop. I'll go in after and I'll just clean up. I'm gonna add that little marquee and just clean up the mobile because like I just don't want to just too much. It's too much for you guys to do. Like it's not reasonable. And it won't take me long. So this, what is this? This was that added slideshow that we didn't need. So we could probably use something else. Like that's pretty prominent spot for that.
I
But
think the join us is
that should go a
far
little
more
farther.
prominent. Yeah.
So I'm gonna move that up.
Yeah.
See how it has these sections? So this is a section, and you scroll on it, it'll let you move it up or down here. So I just moved it up, and I'm gonna move this up. It's not wanting me to move that. It feels like there's something else there. Yeah, there's just a little bit of cleanup that needs to happen here. Okay, and then we've got this footer, which again, everything can kind of be moved up, but I'm gonna clean that up when I go in there. Quick link, these are just text with links.
Okay.
So you just select the text you want and link it, and they're already linked. All right. Let's see what else is on your list.
Okay. So we have a couple of email addresses that are associated with the website. And so one of them was the membership and the person left.
Okay.
And didn't give us a password.
Oh. You mean you guys are paying for email addresses? You have two. Okay. Okay. So you need to change because it was, oh, so you don't have the password.
Yeah.
Okay. Was it the admin? Okay, so does somebody manage the admin for your Google email? Is it Google email? Is it Gmail?
No, it's linked right to the website. It's Civitan.
Okay, but how do you access it? How do you access email? Like the email address that you do have? Yeah, but the other email address you have, how do you access that one? Is it Gmail? Like, do you go to Gmail to log into that email? Okay. I'm assuming it's Gmail. I think it is. Because I think it's through the website, right? I mean, when you have custom email, it's associated with the website. Then you can have email from elsewhere, but I'm pretty sure that you guys bought it with your Wix stuff, which would mean it's Gmail. So if
Okay.
it's Gmail, the way it works is there's an admin who manages all the emails that are associated with your
Okay,
domain.
well, Toby was the one that set all that for us, because we didn't know how. So
Okay.
that was one of the things where we had to do it.
Okay. Um, who manages the second email? Do you know who has that information?
The treasurer is our second one. So
Okay.
Gail has the other one. We did the two of them at the same time.
Okay.
Which one was Wendy? What's the one that, I'm not sure if it's, the website or not, it's the general Civitan.
At gmail.com.
Yeah,
or something. Okay, so that's not a custom email.
Yeah.
Okay, so when you have an email, a custom email, so you have to go into your sort of account within Gmail, and there's an
And
admin.
that was the whole thing.
Yeah,
And all that linked together.
confusing.
I didn't know how to do it.
Yeah.
Who could do that for us?
So the hope is that the email address that you do have access to through the treasury or whatever the other one is, that's the admin account. But
I get lost on all that.
yeah. Let me think on that because the admin has access to all the emails that are associated with the domain. So we're hoping that the one that you're missing is not the admin. You don't have contact with that person at all?
She refuses to communicate with
What?
us. You know, you left on bad time.
Oh dear.
Okay.
But that's, like it's one thing to not help, but she can't give you access to okay, it's just not happening.
It's not.
Okay. Um,
So under contact, anybody who's filled out the form, who's interested in membership, they come to me. That's
Mhm.
right. And we can't change that.
Okay. Well, we can add this so that the notifications go to you.
Okay.
But the real problem is you don't want to be paying for an email
That's
address
right.
that you're
That's
not
right.
using.
That's right.
So I would,
We could probably go back under, I know there is a section
just go to Civitan. So the email, part of it is managed here in Wix, but part of it is not. So if I go into
we had to go in settings.
this business email is connected, I actually don't have permission to access these settings because I'm not the site owner. So, but you would go into here, it'll say business email is connected, and then you can see what information you have from there. If you wanted to log into yours, did you bring your laptop? Or nothing? No, it doesn't. No. Do you have yours? Do you want to log into yours and we can see if we can? Yeah, that must be difficult. Yeah, sure. Hi.
Sorry.
That's okay.
Grabbing your car keys.
Thanks, Todd. Um, so I think what we'll do is I'll add your email address to these form notifications, and I'll show you how to do that. In the dashboard here, customers and leads are your forms. Your forms are in old forms here. Looks like there's a bunch of different forms here too. So I'd really like to clean that up. I think you've only got the one contact form, right? So why are there so many forms? So what I'm going to do is I'm going to add a new form. That's good. Oh, okay. There's not good there. So I'm going to create a new form. And I'm going to get rid of those old forms. So you've just got name, email, subject. So Wix has updated their forms. Bless you. I'm gonna delete this old form here. And we'll make this new form and we'll add you to it so that you can get the notifications for that. Okay, so log in. Oops. Settings. And if you're an admin on the site, we should be able to add you as the person. So I'm actually going to, this is your new form. And this starts to get confusing. So I'll just set this up, but don't worry about it. So when somebody submits the form, are you able to get into the email stuff?
I don't know.
Oh.
What was it again?
You've got Gates. Looks like Gates community. Is that it?
Yeah, that
Yeah.
would be big.
So
be
this
deleted.
is critical set recipients. So we want to add you. We want to add your role to this website. So what role do you have? If you go into the settings and then you go into, if you scroll down and go to roles and permissions, I think I just want to see what your role is. If you scroll down.
Okay. This one.
That one. Okay, so you are a membership and retention committee chair. Let's see here. Yep. There. So you'll get those emails.
So what email address do they
Well,
go to?
it's gonna go to here,
My
but
personal
we
email.
prefer to have it separate.
Yeah. So what email address would you want it to go to?
Well, that's,
That's the thing is we have.
we wanted that other one.
Yeah, we have to get that.
Yeah.
We need to set that up first before we can do that.
So
So
for now, we could just.
for now, it's going to
come
come to
here.
you. Yeah, not ideal, but when we get that other email sorted out, then we can point that to the proper email address. So now let's go into here. Oh, sorry. We have Civitan here for a sec. Yep. And take a look. There we go. Please move emails connected. Oh, I don't think you have permission to look at that either. Speaking
How do
of
you
the
get
site
permission?
owner. Well, it's
I'm the owner now, but do we have co-owners?
Yep.
Okay.
Yeah, you should be able
It
to.
should be equal.
Yeah,
So
yeah.
it
I
can be
often just make everybody a co-owner
Yeah.
because you just need access to everything.
Yeah.
Like it doesn't
And
really
it's
matter.
like we should always have a backup, you know, so if something happens
Yeah, you want to
one,
have
another one should have
exactly,
access.
exactly. So do you want to log into yours? And then we'll just make you a we'll change your role.
How do you log? Just log in.
Yeah.
There we go. Yeah, so it's using yours for
Yeah.
it should be there, so it's already there.
Oh, okay. Okay. Oh, now it doesn't do that. No, it just does it to the email, but not the
I have
password.
to approve it. Oh, no, it's me. I was using yours.
So there's just so much. There's so many pages. Ah, yeah. Okay. So did you get in there?
Yeah.
Oh, it's a touch screen. That's nice.
Yeah.
That's handy.
No, I don't have it.
Okay, so you're in. All right. Now, see, I think it looks like we can access this and stuff here. Image. Let me see what this looks like. So you've got Google Workspace, which is a space where you have all your accounts. So there's two users.
Yeah.
And
One's the members and
here we
the
go.
membership and one is the
Membership.
treasurer.
Yeah, so she's the one who left.
She's
Yeah.
the one who left.
Yeah.
So let's see what we can do from here. Rename user. You can,
I wonder if you can, but will it still go to her though?
yeah, it will. And that's why.
We have to-
Oh, this is the admin. Oh, thank goodness. Gail is the admin.
Yeah.
Okay, so if you can get her email, like if she can log in, you're fine. So she needs to log in. I can help her. I need to
Okay.
have her here or whatever.
Okay.
Because what we do is we go
She's
into
very
her.
cooperative.
Great. So we would go into her, we get her to log into her Gmail.
Okay.
And then in the top right, there's a little thing that says admin. And when she goes into that, she can
Mhm.
have access to the other email access.
That's why when we set the two up, we didn't have any problem with Gale's, but
Yeah.
it was the other one we had and so we had to get Toby.
Oh, okay.
And that was, you know, which,
It's
oh,
and it's Gmail. And Gmail is great, but it can be really so confused. It's so linked. And then it's like, two-step authentication and all this. I know it's a nightmare.
so
It's
can I still be honored as?
Oh yeah, so let's
do that now.
so this
We need to get in here first.
there's no point in changing this because we need to get access to that
Okay,
email and
so we
change
need
the
to get
password
the-
so you guys can have access. But what I'm going to do is I'm going to add you as an admin that's more of an owner. So let me see here. This is the one that was
That's no
wrong.
good.
So I'm just going to get rid of that. So it's this one that you wanted.
Yeah.
Change. Nope. Okay, great. Okay, so that's good. What else? What else?
Okay, so we have an online calendar that we need to.
Yes, that is a huge
So
issue.
you guys are paying for a calendar?
Yes.
But this is a Google Calendar.
No, we just got a notice that our subscription's almost.
Yeah, it's
No.
$54.
What?
Yeah.
Like for a Google?
I don't know if it says, and,
It's not even displaying a calendar.
correct, because I'm still on. It doesn't, I'll have a little show on.
Oh, man.
It shows on my laptop, it doesn't show.
Like
No.
on the website? Like from the website? Okay.
And the
So,
gentleman who's supposed to maintain the calendar can't get access to it.
okay. So the way you shouldn't be paying for Google Calendar, that should be free. There's not even an account connected to this. Calendars, yeah, there's not even an event connected. So I'm actually going to show you this one more time as an example. This is a very complicated calendar that we did. So this organization has different halls all over the Highlands North, and they want to each have their own calendar. So what we did is
Oh.
we created
Wow.
different calendars for each of the halls, and then we connected each page they have their own page for their hall, and then they have their own calendar, and we connected their specific hall to that, like their specific calendar to
Ours isn't that complicated.
No,
One
yours is
person
just
that-
simple.
One person
Yeah,
can- and
so
he can't get access,
it
so he
sh-
doesn't try to
yeah,
calendar.
ugh,
And we do
okay.
have them on there,
Okay,
as a member.
okay.
And with
So you
authorization.
will need to have access to his calendar. Does he want to manage the calendar?
Yes.
The best way to do it is from your phone. Is from his phone. And what you do is you just connect. Once you've connected it here, you never have to touch this. It just anything you add on your phone should show. But this isn't connected. So maybe it disconnected. I don't know.
I've never touched the
But
computer because I know nothing about it.
it's not connected. So see, it's wanting me to connect to one of my calendars. But he needs to go in, connect account, and then put in his Gmail information
Okay.
and connect it to the calendar that's associated with the Civitan.
So how did you get to that?
So I just went to the calendar page. You just click on the calendar
That's it.
settings,
Um,
and then it's going to prompt you because it's not connected to anything.
okay.
And it
And
should be
hook it up
really
to his.
hook it up to his Gmail.
Yeah.
So
Does he have to
yeah.
do it, or can we?
He needs to do it because you need his Gmail login.
Mm.
Is he an admin on the website?
Yes.
Okay, so maybe,
He is on there as a website manager.
okay. So that he should be able to get in there and do that.
Okay.
You know what I'll do? I can make him a little video that shows like just a 30-second video clip showing him how to get to this page in the editor.
Perfect. I think that would help him if he had it.
Yeah, like even though like I could type it out, but it's simpler to just see. What's his name?
Bill McNichol, and he's a neighbor of Finland.
Yeah.
Okay.
So
So I'll make him
yeah.
a little video, and then he can just follow along and do that and connect the calendar
Okay.
for connecting
Yeah, 'cause it's.
calendars. I'm sure. Okay, so we'll do that.
We could just ignore where Wix says you need to,
I
renew
don't
subscription.
understand what you'd be paying for. You'd be paying for custom email, and you pay for Wix, and you pay for your domain. But other than
But we
that,
did, it just came up in the last month, and I noticed $54.
was it a scam? I wonder. Not.
Yeah.
Maybe just ignore it.
Mhm.
If
Yeah,
it's a
we didn't
scam, there wouldn't be
do
Can't
anything.
do anything with it.
Okay, that's good. Okay, now the membership. Do people use the membership section of the site?
For new members,
Yeah, like do members log in to the site and all
well,
that?
there's no well, there is a member section
Mhm.
and there's no confidential information on there. So this is policy,
Yeah.
that kind of stuff that's in there right
Mhm,
now.
mhm.
Very few of our members ever go in on there.
I'm sure.
They're older.
Yeah, to look at meeting
I've
minutes.
looked at how often people have gone in and accessed, and it's like 8 people in an entire year of
Yeah.
our members.
I wonder if
I
we
don't-
have to have it.
I don't
Well,
think
I can
I don't
wonder
think
that
you need it. Like
too.
honestly, I remember when Gates like wanted to add that. I thought nobody's gonna use
Nobody's
this.
using it.
Like it's just an added complication to the
Yeah,
website.
That's
And
my opinion, but
yeah.
I think we'd have to address that with the executive. and
Yeah.
say, let's just get rid of it.
I mean,
Because
yeah.
they're the ones that don't want anything, like no financials, no nothing on there. It's just
Okay.
procedural.
Yeah, fair
How
enough.
can you even get into that section? 'Cause I can't
Well,
see
once
it.
you are accepted as a member,
Mhm.
then you
You
have
can look.
access to that
That's
site.
Yeah.
when I try to get into it.
Well, maybe that's because I had the wrong email. address
Yeah,
on there,
maybe
and
you
But
haven't.
we
we were
fixed-
sitting
But we
in
fixed that.
Now,
Now, so how do you log in?
So log, yeah, if you just go to the website on its own.
yeah, and then you should be able to see
Yeah, but
it.
it's not letting.
So log
Yeah.
in on the right-hand side there.
Oh, you have to log
And
in.
it's
Ah,
yeah. You log in and then you log in with the email address that you are using for the site.
And then you should be able to see members.
So there's no newsletter anymore.
No,
the calendar, like 2022,
Mhm.
the calendar,
Old stuff.
yeah, the
And-
calendar you can see anyways.
It's not like there's a paywall behind being a member, right?
Yeah.
Like it's not like you need to have that hidden. Obviously you don't want financials necessarily showing, but
There's none on there.
I don't see why you need to have
Like
this hidden.
executive minutes haven't even been updated for 2 years, but
It's
it's
not-
just, to me, it's more of a.
No, I think rather than having something that's not up to date, I would hide it. Yeah, I would hide it.
The executive
Yeah.
mass that we get rid of that
Because it just
stuff.
makes it look
Yeah.
like the site's been abandoned.
I agree.
And also, people might see members and log in and be like, ah, it's overwhelming. I don't even know what to
No.
do with that. Or I'm not, maybe this organization's too technological for me. You know, you don't want people to be scared away by it.
Mhm.
Okay, so talk to the executive and see
Yeah.
what they want to say about that.
So we did the calendar.
Yep.
For me, one of the things was search engine optimization.
Yes.
like SEO. How do we
Okay,
make
so
sure-
yeah,
And
so
where do we find the files that are on there that we can go back? I'm used to a website where there was a file cabinet with all your old files. You could go in there and clean out the whole crap.
yeah, it's not really like that anymore. It's kind of you can save the site as a draft and then, but as soon as you publish it, it's all live. You can hide things that you don't want to show, but there's no database like behind the scenes that you're choosing to show it. I
I
mean,
don't know when we're gonna run out of space. It never tells me. I don't know.
you'll
where to
never
go.
run out of space. I mean, on the
Oh.
site,
Yeah.
there's not really any limit. Actually, I mean, if you had a massive site, it might prompt you to upgrade, but this is not a big site. Like
No, it's
you don't have
No.
that much on there. You'll never hit that limit.
Oh, okay. So
You don't need to worry about it. Not at all. So
So there's site and mobile. app.
yeah, so if you go in the dashboard here, site and mobile app,
Mhm.
website and SEO,
Mhm.
and
I knew what that SEO was.
so SEO means, yeah, search engine
Ah.
optimization. And this stuff has already been done. So the basic stuff, which is important. So setting the home page title for search results, connecting it to Google Search, like this stuff is just important for getting going. There's always more to do. Like you can add something called alt text, which is every image you can write what the picture is a picture of and stuff. It's not really too relevant in your case because it's not like they're your pictures. A lot of them are just stock photos. But basically, the most important thing for search engine optimization is in each page on the right-hand side, there's a little dot here. And if you go to SEO basics,
Okay.
you can change the title of the page and the description of the page.
And that's the words that Google will
That's what
search
shows.
for.
Yeah.
Okay.
Well, I mean, also they also
Yeah,
search
yeah,
the
yeah.
website, but this is really important. So,
Yeah.
for example, if I go to Google
That's what I was trying to do.
and let's say I type in community organization or something. Let's just say I search for something. Well, now there's this new thing called AI overviews, which is overwhelming. But
Yeah, I don't even look at it.
if you go over here, this is called a search engine result. So it shows the title and then a little blurb. And that's what people use to decide what to click on, right? And that's what you're seeing here,
Yeah.
the title and then this.
Right.
So, you can change this. The trends change over time. Like before you used to say home. Sometimes people will write a little phrase like, your community organization, your volunteer with us. Like you can write whatever. You just want to catch people's attention. You want it to speak to what Civitan's all about. So you can tweak this messaging, and every page has its own title tag and meta description. So that's just how you access those. And then this makes sure that this is switched on. That's let search engines index this page. But there are a lot of things that come into search engine optimization. Like there's so much to it. It's not just that. It's also the quality of the content that's on the site, how often the site's being updated, how mobile friendly it is. So if the site doesn't translate well onto a mobile device, Google will penalize you for that because they know that big percentage of website viewers are
That's
looking
right.
at it on your phone, right? So if they're showing people a site that looks really bad on mobile, you get docked for that. Also linking. So if you're linking between pages is really good. Linking externally, so linking to other organizations is good. So there's a lot that goes into SEO.
Does it like videos? These people like videos or it doesn't matter?
Yeah, I don't know if that matters too much. Videos are sort of, there's some positives and some negatives with videos on websites because video can be really big file and it can slow the site down. So anything that slows down your site is gonna be bad for SEO.
Yeah.
And video doesn't tend to show on mobile because it's such a big file that they don't show it. So no, that wouldn't help too much.
Okay.
But any of the cleanup that we're doing now and that I'm going to do will help your SEO. Like just making sure everything's clean. Also just making changes to the site shows Google that it's like up to date. But it is good to see that this stuff is done. Lost connection to your Google. Okay, so sometimes it disconnects. And it doesn't really matter which account, it just connects. I had it probably on this one before, actually. It's going to reconnect it to Google. So if it disconnected, then maybe that was affecting it too. Yeah, I can tweak it. And think about the words that people might use when they're searching for a Civitan. Like maybe there's a certain event that you guys do, or like the medical bank, you know, you want to make sure there's some good keywords depending on the page. And you also want the description for the page to match what's on the page. So if you put in your description all this information about a medical bank, but then on the page there's nothing about the medical bank, that's not good. So make sure that as you're going through the site, each page has its own description that relates to the information that's on the page. Okay.
Do you think there would be any interest if there are events that you could buy your tickets online?
Possibly.
So
The Meatballs is not a Civitan event, it's a Parkinson's event, but it feels not getting enough sales of the tickets ahead of time.
What do you set up?
So yeah, if you want to be able to process payments online, you have to upgrade to an e-commerce package. And honestly, it's not worth it. Well, it's not just complicated, it's expensive.
The way we do it now works on our posters. We usually put a contact in their email.
Yeah, you could take e-transfers, you know, if people want to pay online, they could send an e-transfer.
Easy nowadays.
It is.
Most people know how to do it.
Yep.
So, yeah. Okay.
Yep. So you could do
We're
that.
doing that regard works.
Yep.
Yeah, because Jane has separate accounts that are for each event.
Yeah. All right. Is there anything else on that list?
For me, I noticed that when you Google Civitan Club first, there's a whole lot of other sites that come up with our information on. That's really cool.
Oh, really?
How do you get that off?
Oh boy. Okay. Well, that means that those organizations don't have your up-to-date information. So you have to contact them. Yeah. And also your goal is to improve the search engine optimization on your site so that when you Google for Civitan, you're the one that comes up first.
You come up first.
Oh, okay.
Listen easily.
Yeah. You got to contact them.
Control over that.
No, it's all they've posted it. So you have to kind of get in touch with them.
Okay. Yeah, that's on your list then.
I'm sure we have to go through all the links now and make sure the contact forms all relate. So that's something I guess we can do. Maybe find sites. We've talked about that already, don't we? Okay, we just talked about that. When I first logged in, it said that there was a task that I needed to clean up for the.
Oh, yeah, I saw that.
I'm not sure if it's a big deal.
It's probably not. They always try to get you to do every little thing. Where would that have been?
It was under the site mobile app. Yeah, the site is under website.
Oh, in here
It
probably.
is in there.
Yeah,
Yeah,
so
yeah,
this task, so let's see what that is. It could be something as simple as connecting to a Google business profile. I wondered if it was that. So does the Civitan have a Google business profile?
Mhm.
Because that's something I would recommend. I'll show you what that is. I don't know why Yahoo has taken over my profile, but for example, if I were to go to my, my business, I have this is called a Google business profile. So it shows up on the right-hand side,
Yes,
and I'm sure you've seen them
We do
before
have
for businesses. You do have it.
yes.
Oh, yeah, yes. I had to update-
Okay, there you go.
I had to
Perfect.
update the location.
Okay,
on
that's
some
good.
of them.
Yep. Okay, that's good. You've got it. So to update that, you have to log into whatever
Mm,
it's hooked up to yours.
Yeah, I think so.
Okay, so you would need to log into
I
your
did do it. I have to go
Gmail.
look at my notes. Yeah.
Yeah,
I think
so
it is.
um for example, if you go to um, if you go into your Gmail address
Mhm.
up here, you can see your business profile up in the right-hand corner. These are different business profiles that I've managed, but you'll have a list and with probably just Civitan, and you click on it, and it will take you to the Civitan
Oh,
profile, and then you can edit the profile
okay.
from there.
I know I did go in there once because there was an area and how it was set up for you
Okay.
previously.
Yeah, so that's done through Google. So through your Gmail address, you'll
Okay.
access the whoever's if it's you, then
I
that's
think it's
That's
online.
that's a really good photo.
this one.
Yes.
Oh, thanks.
That looks really nice.
Yeah, thanks.
Mm.
Next question. We're going to start using more and more of our membership photos. If I want somebody's face kind of blurred out, like I always want a person's permission before
Yeah.
I put them on.
Yeah.
So I always ask first, and if we're doing a group thing, I say, you don't want your picture.
Then
Yeah,
get out of the picture. Yeah, for sure.
I do that up front, but is there a way of kind of blurring if there's people in the background or anything?
Um, yeah, I mean do you have a very new phone? Because some phones have a little, you can actually edit people's faces out and it will, it's a Google phone.
Yeah.
I mean, for me, yeah, if I were to do it, I would kind of actually edit them out, but like the easiest would be to crop.
Okay.
Yeah, or if it's on the website, you could put something over top of them, right? Like for example, in the editor, if you go back to the homepage here, I mean, it depends on, yeah, like if you made this totally opaque, it would block them out. So you could do that. Mhm. Um, oh yeah, so for this issue that it's asking me to connect to Google Business Profile. If you go into here, so you go into wherever you saw this error and you get to this, you can click on this and it just wants you to log into that Google Business Profile for Civitan. It wants you to connect the two. It's not terribly important, but you can do it if you want, or you can ignore it. It's not important compared to everything else that we're doing. But it tries to flag these things and it wants to connect everything. So, all right. Well, anything else on those lists?
Those are my big ones.
It's just we were looking at the Almont Civitan website and it's really good. So
Yeah.
I'll just have a look at it and maybe there's something on there that we could start from scratch.
Yeah. I'm gonna run to the bathroom. You
It looks so nice. But yeah, it's like
Yeah, no, I liked what I saw in the Walmart one. I like the coloring. It is. versus the white on ours
Mhm.
and I like the pictures.
Mhm.
Yes, I wouldn't mind getting photos like what they have
Mhm.
here.
Mhm.
They have some of those.
The medical loans. What I do like is see here with events,
Mhm.
that they've got all their events.
Yeah.
Do you have events?
So under the events
Mm.
and service, okay, go down to the
Yeah.
calendar of events. On there.
Okay.
Okay, yeah. Click on
So are
there.
you using the events app on the site? Do
I
you know?
don't have any events. I have to like, so if you scroll down past the
Oh,
calendar.
maybe this is the calendar that you're
that's
talking
the
about.
calendar, yes.
Oh, are you paying for this?
Yeah.
Oh, this must be an app. Yeah, you should just be using the Google Calendar because it's
Mhm.
free. It's
Okay.
free. You shouldn't have to pay for a calendar.
Okay.
They've obviously, this is why I was avoiding with the text marquee thing. I don't want to choose an app that's some external
Mhm.
app because there's usually fees, or it'll be free for the first month and then there's fees. You want to avoid that. You don't need
Okay, so
additional
we
fees.
should be able to go in and cancel that in on.
Yeah,
Where
yeah.
is it page?
This was under calendar of events.
Yeah.
So should it be deleted or will it delete?
Well,
Delete everything because
Yeah.
underneath that is where I have all the postings.
Mhm.
under here.
Yeah.
Oh,
So
here.
what I should
Okay.
be able to do is put a space in between and then put that kind of.
Yeah, well, what you really want is there's something called
Instead of an events tab.
events. Yeah, and this would be so much better for you to organize these events. Oh boy. Yeah, I wish we had like 2 more hours. I'm unfortunate. I'm going to look at cars. I have to buy a new car
Oh, dear.
in half an hour. So but this is really good. Like everything we're doing, this needs to be done. Like
No, this has been
the
great.
site needs to be cleaned up. There's a lot that I could just do to just quickly clean it up, and then it'd be easier for you guys to maintain. I feel like I'm not teaching you that much, but some of the stuff it just needs to be done once.
Yeah.
Like I just need to clean it up. But one thing that would be really good would be if we add events. I'm just gonna add this just to show you what this is like. It's kind of an app. And what you would do is instead of just adding the picture, like Canva poster,
Yeah.
it creates like this. Like it creates a events page and you put
That's up there.
yeah. So like you don't have to design this. You go to manage events and it's all managed externally in this app.
The poster right into
You
there.
can upload the poster, but you also put all the details into the event. So
Right.
I'll show you, let's add an event. So you say if it's ticketed or RSVP.
Most of them will be.
Are they ticketed or are they?
No, they're just usually free.
They're just free. So you just go, you can say RSVP, but you can say that you don't actually need to RSVP. It's just a free event. So, what's an example? The 60th anniversary
Remember,
Yeah.
bingo.
bingo. So you would put a picture for it, a little note about bingo. You can even have categories. Like this is a whole other thing you'll have to learn, but it's really great because it displays nicely.
So recurring events.
You can make it recurring,
Yeah.
like if it's every Wednesday or whatever.
It's every Wednesday.
So you can
Do singular
singular event,
Okay.
or you can even say if it's not decided, and you can add the dates.
Yeah.
You can put a physical location, or sometimes events are online, and then you put in the address.
Yeah.
And then here's where you could add the picture of the poster and then the details.
Okay.
Whatever meatball man is, whatever.
And then it sets it all.
And then it just sets it all up. So let's just
So
really
the
quickly,
spacing and everything is all-
join us for bingo. I'm just gonna add a picture just so you can see an example. So was it
Oops, sorry.
this one here? That's okay. So these are all PDFs. So I
Oh.
can't actually access any of
Oh, okay.
those, but I will, I think Unsplash had some pictures. Yeah, so we'll just do, what is it? Did I pass it?
Card, no.
There it is.
Yeah.
Okay. Add that. So you could have a category just called bingo, and then people could look for bingo. if they wanted. So if we make it recurring, when would it
Every
be?
Wednesday.
Every Wednesday.
So I'm gonna go Wednesday.
Or five.
Yeah,
Five.
yeah, 5 to 9:30.
9:30. Recurring weekly. It's I'm gonna make it never ending. It wants to have just a certain number of events, but whatever. There might be a setting somewhere.
Yeah.
So
That's
it's
the same, that's
Setting
basically the
those in.
same setup when I go on to, Ottawa Valley events online. I
Yeah.
have to go through this type of a thing. too.
Exactly.
Okay.
Yep. And then where is it? Is that the Perth Civitan?
Yeah, so the
Yeah.
first
So
thing
if you start typing that in, it'll know where it is.
Okay,
And then
sounds
it puts it on the map for you. And then, so what would you say? Just really quickly, join us for
Yeah,
bingo every Wednesday.
doors open at 5.
Open at 5. Okay, so you can add as much as you want. You can add the image. And then I'm gonna hit create a draft. And then it kind of makes you check everything because there's all kinds of settings that you can do. Try not to get too bogged down on them, but if I go into settings, unlimited guests, registration form, you don't have to register, it's turned off. On fields. So there's all kinds of stuff for if people are registering, but you don't really need to worry about any of that. Promotion. So generally, you can leave most of that. So I'm going to go to publish, and then we'll see what it looks like. So now I'm going to close this. And you'll see the bingo. So if you add other event, these are just obviously ones. So
What page is it on?
this would be under events. Like it just creates it. It creates the whole document.
So,
And this,
Can we change that?
yeah,
yeah,
we
we
don't
have to
want it
when
to
we
be
don't need
RSVP. Yeah.
And so if you create additional events, it'll be like this. It'll just
Yeah, it'll be just
the
like
ones
that.
and will it rotate on
It might have them listed like this. You can probably adjust how you want it to display. So maybe you guys could start adding them in and then I could kind of tweak the design a little bit. But if you look in the menu, it should be probably at the bottom. Yeah, so we'll put it up here under, oops.
Put it up underneath the calendar of events.
Yeah, we'll just put it there for now. Like this is all a work in progress, but it'll go there. I'm just gonna go back into manage events here to see if we can get rid of that RSVP thing. So let's see here. Registration guests don't need to register.
Okay.
Guests don't need to register. Okay, there. Now my question is it gonna? Yeah, so it just says learn more. Okay. And
So it's got
multiple
learn
dates.
more and more info.
Yep. So it's got, yeah, because it's changed that from RSVP
Yeah.
to
So
just
how do you
learn
get
more.
the more info and it's kind of duplicated.
Yeah. And then it says select different dates, so you can see it's on different dates. So anyways, I would play around with that.
All right.
And then once we have our events in there, I can go in and just quickly change some of the the layout of it if we want it to show the way that the Almont one does.
Okay.
And then as far as the mobile site, how would you?
On mobile, let's go take a look. It will have. Where was it? Is it under here? Yeah, here we go. So if I go to the main events page,
So it's gonna.
It's going to show the upcoming events.
Yeah, I try to keep them in sequence as to
Yeah.
what's the next one coming up.
And it will do that automatically.
Oh, it will.
So we'll look at the dates and it will, it's super nice. So, and the other nice thing is it takes off the ones that have passed.
Yeah.
Because that looks really bad when there's events that are really big.
Yeah.
So instead of just adding the poster and then having to go in and remove it, you could just make the event.
Okay.
When it passes, it'll come off
Okay.
and then you don't see it anymore. But it's still in the back end of the site. So next year for Meatball Madness, if you did the same event, you can just change the dates and it'll show again.
Okay.
So it's really handy. Some of these apps are really handy.
Nice.
So there's still, I feel like there's still a lot of things, but I'm gonna go through and clean up some of this stuff. I don't know that I can go through the whole site and clean it
Oh
up
no, we
because
just
it's
need to.
there's so much.
And we need to learn.
Yeah,
We need to learn it too.
I know.
We'll do that. We'll clean it up.
Some of it
Yeah,
is
we'll
just
do.
a little bit of tweaking. I'm gonna on my list, I've got that marquee, the text marquee.
Yeah.
I'm gonna put at the top. I'm also just gonna finish cleaning up this header a little bit. Like I'm probably gonna change that so it's not yellow, it's hard to read, little things like that. Um, I'm gonna make that little video for Bill Nichols so he can connect the calendar. And we need to get that Gmail address.
That's what I was just gonna say.
So-
I'll get in touch with Gail.
Yeah.
What's the best way for her to reach you?
Email is always the best for me, and then maybe I can call her. I always miss my phone when people call because I'm always in meetings and things. Yeah, it's terrible. Or my phone's on silent. Yeah, always miss messages. So my number is 613-464-2648. But the best way for her to get in touch, or for Bill to get in touch with, is email. Yeah. Bonnie, Bonnie Joyce.
All one word?
Yep. Bonnie Joyce Creative Studio. At gmail.com.
So the calendar that shows on our website is not.
No, it's not. So yeah, so ideally we want Bill to connect the calendar, to connect his calendar, and then you want, is this the one you're paying for here?
Yeah.
So who's managing this one?
Nobody.
We can't get into it.
And that's been going on ever since before my time.
Oh my gosh. Okay, so I wonder.
Luckily, the events that are on there are ongoing ones.
Yeah, that's good, but still, there's no point in. So maybe
So how do you change
it might be in here. I bet it's in the apps. And we'll see if we can find it and then get rid of it. So it's maybe here it is. Install events calendar. So yeah, upgrade. See, they want you to pay.
Mhm.
So let's open this. We should be able to just delete that one and put the other one.
Yeah, we just want to make sure that you don't get charged for it. Like let's
Well, I
just.
think it was like a couple of days ago. I forget. I'd have to look at the email.
Oh, it's just taking me to the calendar. Let me just take a look. Run out of this. Okay. Well, that's where it is. So if I go to, oops, oh boy. Names?
Premium.
Yeah.
Wilderness and
Ninth of
Is this from Wix? It is. Oh,
so your premium apps. Events calendar will it's going to automatically renew on May the 9th.
oh, okay, perfect. And it's in
that's
American
fine.
dollars. Yeah, get rid of that.
Okay.
So, how?
I should be able to, and now you, because you're reporting there, we should be able to go into our accounts. Where we're being billed for
And take it off.
and take it off.
Yeah, if it's from Wix, maybe it's just in the actual dashboard here that you can manage that. Marketing.
I have been in there before to look at what my account is. Would it be up in the
Up here. Up here?
No,
No,
just go down, scroll down.
see, our business,
Business Central.
business manager.
Um, I feel like
We'll just upgrade here,
That-
all our different,
no, that's for the whole site, like to
not the individual
No.
app, thing.
I bet it's in here. I think it's probably in apps. I'm just not sure how to get rid of. I had it there. This one.
So when I open it, it's just opening sites.
Yeah, and install it.
There we go.
Subscriptions,
There we
yeah.
go. Yeah, I just
But
want to
if
make sure you don't
delete
get
it,
charged.
that's right.
Update app. No.
Would it be under subscriptions?
Sometimes you have to go to upgrade to look at the different pay
Mhm.
plans. Yeah, app pricing plans. Maybe that's where you need to go.
Subscriptions, yeah.
I think that's if you are if you're doing
Oh,
subscriptions
I
to
see.
someone
If you're
else.
doing, okay. That's under-
So I think this is something you'll have to do in an owner account. So you go into manage apps, manage apps,
Okay.
and then go into upgrade and see
Yeah.
if you can figure out where to, and if not, you could always send their support. But definitely it'd be good to get that sorted out before May because it's not even just $54, it's 54.
Yeah, so
Yeah.
it's 120.
Yeah. $1,000. Yeah, that's right.
So once we get rid of that, then how does the Google?
Yeah, how do we install the
So that's the one that Bill's gonna do. And he's gonna connect that calendar.
Oh,
Okay.
Is that what
we can
you?
do that separately. We can go ahead and get that connected.
Yeah, and then we'll get him to add those events
I
to the
see, just
calendar
the
recurring.
Google event
Yeah.
calendar.
Yeah,
And he needs to go in. Okay,
So-
we're gonna do
I'll
this.
send him a little video. So the Google Calendar, he would add bingo and things recurring. So they would just recur
Yes.
on the calendar and they
Instead
would
of
just
the
all,
manual calendar.
yeah. Yeah, and then they would just show automatically
And
and then you
what-
could put in other ones.
But will actually show up on the page then?
So
calendar?
this page,
Get rid of this one.
if we get rid of this, I don't want to get rid of this until we
No.
get rid of it, but there was the other calendar page here, right here.
Yeah, I don't remember.
So,
Yeah.
but we don't need that. Like again, we need to almost look at the whole member thing.
Yeah.
So what I would do is once this is gone, we'll just put the Google Calendar
So we
there.
just move that up.
Well, yeah, we'd probably go to add or apps here. Apps. And we go to Google Calendar. And then I would just add the calendar in.
Okay.
So I'm just gonna add it to this page.
Yeah,
It's already
You
on
can
the
link it.
site, but I'm just gonna put it on that page. You can put it on as many pages as you want. So it's on that other page that's in the members area. You'll probably show it.
from there.
Yeah. Like I don't know if there's any point in putting it on here yet, but
I say, why not?
Mhm.
is it showing up? Nope.
Maybe we just move those things down and then just have it. Okay.
Yeah. I think. It's not there. Okay, let me just try adding it one more time. 'Cause I did add it.
Yeah, that's
I thought I did. Okay.
It's installed. Says it's
So, because it's on another page, maybe it's
Oh,
confused.
okay. Can you just move it?
Well, I'd have to try copying and pasting it or something like that, but yeah, it's not liking that for some reason. Let me just try going down to this one.
Yeah, you might have to go. So.
It's no major panic. I just can't can't go on for too long. Let's see if it's down. This is an original thing. Let me just try copying it and see if I can let me do it. No. Okay. You know what? Once we get rid of this,
Yeah.
what I'll do is I'll remove the calendar from the other page and then we'll just add it on here. It doesn't want to add it on the two different places for some reason. But so I'll just make a note of that. Calendar, Google. So what we might want to do is do all this stuff.
Yeah.
Bill, get that email address. I'll do a little bit of cleanup. And then we might want to come together even just for like half an hour just to review. Maybe you guys even spend a little time. Yeah. We can really get the site in shape because it's a pretty big site. Like there's a lot of stuff. And as you can see, adding the events calendar, like things like that just makes sense for organizing the information better. I think once it's all set up properly, it'll be a lot easier to manage. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, I appreciate this.
Yeah. Great.
So we will owe you some money. This as well.
Okay. I think I was saying I usually do sort of $75 an hour.
Okay.
So if that works, I can put together a little invoice. Yeah.
Send it to treasurer, Civitan Public Cruise.
Okay. That's the one that you have.
Yeah.
Treasurer at Civitan. Okay.
Yeah. That's the same lady that will, I'll get to contact you.
Perfect.
Okay.
Okay. And she's contacting me about the email.
That's right. That's right. That's great. So it's usually right now because tomorrow night's her event.
Is she the one who runs this incredible Parkinson's organization?
Well, no, not the organization. But this event is her
baby.
fundraiser for Parkinson's.
Wow. Cool. I spoke to somebody last year she had spearheaded the whole Parkinson's organization and she's done amazing things. But I don't
think that's her.
No.
I don't think it is.
Yeah.
I can find out tomorrow night.
Yeah.
But it's a fun event that they have.
Yeah.
It's a karaoke and
That's fun.
and it's well attended and they have all kinds of donors and get
That's nice. Like raffles and things like that.
That's
great. That's great.
Let's hope it doesn't rain for Maple Fest
No.
tomorrow.
You're
Come on in the morning.
What do you do?
Yeah, we have a booth.
I really
to get more exposure because
Yes.
people in Chris don't know what
The rest of them are really.
they are. We've lost so many people during COVID.
No, it's really tough. And it feels so tough to bridge the technology, because people aren't using phone books anymore. It's almost like there needs to be a shift to a functioning website to keep membership going to attract younger people. As people are not using Chris anymore. So it's a real challenge.
So that's what we thought. We'll have more exposure in the community through these festivals and events and get out there.
Yeah, for sure. Because what was the one? There was the service group in person. The Lions Club.
Yes, the kids girl. Yeah.
Yes. That's not a thing.
No, because nobody took it over.
But there are other ones in the county, like Elmore has one.
Yeah.
So there's a couple more.
But it's too bad because we had kind of, talked a little bit about maybe Civitan could take it over. But apparently, a lot of work.
We don't have all these years.
And that's what happened with Lions Club. We just don't have enough people. Thank you very much. It was very helpful.
Right. Yeah. If there's any time, if there's any questions related to any of this stuff.
Thank you.
I know it's a lot.
Thank you.
Okay. Have a great day.
And you'll send us those videos.
Yes.
Wonderful.
Thank you so much. Bye.